Hey Capricorn, long time no speak. It's been a long time. Shouldn't have left you. How's it going? Oh my god, is it cap season? Like, get out of town, you guys. Like, I felt it, and I've been feeling it, and I've been seeing it in like everyone around me. The way people are just like getting their shit together. The way people are like focusing on their careers and focusing on their money and focusing on their health. And it's not just a New Year's thing. It's the energy that your sign is bringing to people, right? Capricorn, the workhorse, the organization, the climbing the ladder, right? And and on top of all that, guys, like, what the fuck is the universe doing in your sign this month? Right? We got the sun in your sign. We got Venus about to enter your sign. We have Pluto entering your sign. We have Saturn entering your sign. And at the end of the month, we have a new moon in your sign. Like, are you kidding me? Capricorn, if you're like not just killing the game right now, like, I don't know what to tell you. But seriously. But no, this is a great time. Like, it's a really good, strong, empowered time for you guys. And we'll get into this here. Look at this. Hey, I like that. First card out, Eight of Pentacles. Work. Work, 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 work. Right? But like happy work. Right? This to me is like, I was going to say like a pig in shit. This is like a Capricorn in shit. Right? Just rolling around like hustling. Like, how much happier can a Capricorn be than when they're like hustling? Right? When you're working. For the month of January, guys, like, we have a big focus for you guys on work, on career, on like where you want to be. That's what I want to say here with that, right? Like, it's not just about like hustling at your day job, it's about really figuring out where you want to be. And that's perfect for what we're talking about here with your sign this month, because especially with the new moon in Capricorn at the end of the month, where it's like your time to be in yourself, like, and your ruling planet Saturn in your sign, like, this is a really good month, Capricorn. So like, go deep within, right? Like, yeah, we're working, and like I said, this is a card about work. But what I'm feeling for you guys is like really getting in touch with what it is you want. Right? I think with January, it's a really good month for Capricorn to really get in touch with what they want. Get in touch with who you are, get in touch with who you want to be, and like what you want to create. Right? This is a very creative card. Not just like in an artistic way, but in a like, what do you want your life to look like? Because you guys are such a sign of, social status and climbing the ladder and all that stuff. This is a good month to make sure that you're not getting lost in trying to keep up with the Joneses. I almost said Kardashians. This is how terrible our culture has become. I almost said keeping up with the Kardashians. I need a reset too. Reset my whole life. I almost just said that nonsense. No, but seriously, Capricorn, it's a good time for you guys to really like take a step back. This feels like kind of like a really internal card to me right now. Like, yes, it's work. Yes, it's outer world. We have Sun in Virgo here, right? Like, workhorse power, like, out there. But the Sun is also a sign, planet of, or luminary, heavenly body. I know some people get like all bent out of shape when you call the Sun a lunar planet, because they're not. But like, for astrological purposes, it makes it easy to refer to them as such. And you guys are smart enough to know that the Sun is not a planet. And hopefully, you give me enough credit to know that, like, I don't think the Sun's a planet. It's a star. Anyway, it's a good time to get in touch with yourself. The Sun is a planet of individuation, of the individuality. Like, we're talking sun signs, right? The sun sign is your personality. It's who you are. So, Ace of Wands reversed. Eight of Wands. The Devil. Two of Swords reversed. Okay. So let's start with what we got here. Well, I was saying good time to go inside, good time to figure out like what it is you want to create. Here we have the Ace of Wands, right? In reverse. Normally a card of like ambition and willpower and like getting it, girl, you know what I mean? But like right now, I feel like this is kind of, I was gonna say to the tune of, you know, taking a break and like reflecting and kind of like not acting, but then what do we have here? The Eight of Wands, right? The card of movement, of action, of things happening, of communication. But what I want to say here, guys, it's like it's time to talk to yourself. Maybe as a Gemini, I can say that without feeling like that's fucking crazy shit to say because I have conversations with all the people in my head like on a regular basis. But with these two cards together, I think it's about a building up, right? I think it's about a building up of energy, a building up of willpower, building up of ambition. What I was just saying about like, yeah, this is a card of communication, but I also feel like a lot of times it comes up in reading as sort of internal dialogue, right? Your inner voice. Really time to like get in touch with who you are and what you want to create. Right? Because this year is going to be a powerhouse for you guys, and this is the perfect opportunity in the beginning of January when it feels like the energies are kind of slow, but like in your power, like so by the end of the month, by the time that new moon in your sign comes around, you know, you can start moving, right? That a lot of people are saying like when the new moon is in Capricorn, that's when like the Saturn and Capricorn energy really starts to like actually kick off. So reflect, build up, like really take the time to get in touch with what you want and communicate it with yourself. And then look what we have next, the devil. Here's the thing, like the devil is the Capricorn card. So as much as I want to say like, ooh, you in danger, girl, like whenever like the major arcana comes up for the sign I'm reading, it can kind of also be a really strong sense of like power and like that sign being in its power. And I think that's why this is important, right? I think this is why this like reflection and inner thought is really important right now because the devil can go like askew real fast, right? Like if you're not in touch with yourself, if you're not grounded, if you don't know who you are, if you're like all like scattered and all over the place, the Ace of Wands reversed to me kind of feels like a grounding of this Eight of Wands movement, like taking that powerful fire of Wands energy and kind of like saying slow your roll, right? Because you know the devil doesn't always have to be the worst thing, right? The devil can be like fun. It can be all those things that are bad about it, like the addictions. Like it can be positive in a way, right? It can be fun. It can be like letting loose a little bit. I want to say a couple of things about this card right now. A couple of things are coming to head. First of all, Capricorn, in the month of January, I'd say give yourself time to have fun, right? Like it's your birthday month. And yet I said birthday. It's your birthday month. Have fun, let loose, right? What I like to think about Capricorn is like you guys are so concerned about your work, and a lot of the earth signs are like this, but Capricorn too, like you're so focused on your work that sometimes like it's hard for you to take a break. You know, Taurus is kind of like this too, where it's hard for you to relax because like you feel like if you're not working, then like everything's gonna fall apart. To me, I want to say the devil is to like take some time and have fun. Go a little wild, right? Like have some adventures, have some like crazy experiences that you can tell like stories about to all your friends, and then they can judge you and you're like, why did I tell them? I thought I could tell them these stories. Maybe I'm projecting a little bit right now, which is exactly what the devil is. The devil is about projecting like your inner self, the darker parts of yourself, right? But also be very aware because with the Eight of Wands, when we're talking about communication, the implication of communication to me is like people, right? As much as I said that this is partly about your inner dialogue and like getting right with yourself, right? So like be able to figure out what it is you want and what you want to create. With these two cards next to each other, the devil is often a card of relationships and like toxic relationships also. Capricorn is going to have to really be careful about like who you have around you, right? Like in this time of self-reflection, it's a good time to like do a little like audit of the people in your life, right? Like, and it doesn't have to be cutting people out. But you know, I was just talking to a Capricorn today at work, one of my friends at work. And she was having a problem with like someone having trouble making it to her birthday and she didn't know what to do, and now she got into a place where she's like has to do her thing, right? And that's what I'm talking about. It's not necessarily just about cutting people out, it's kind of about drawing boundaries and saying like, hey, like if you can't make it to my party, we're gonna keep on doing it. Like, I'm sorry, I can't change my plans for you. You know, that's all it has to be. It doesn't have to be like, you know, bye Felicia kind of thing. You don't have to like completely cut somebody out. Like, what kind of crazy people just cut people out, Gemini, Libra? You know what I mean? Libra. And then we have the Two of Swords reversed. I think this is saying like by the end of the month, it's the perfect card because normally it's about, you know, meditation and reflection and like preparing yourself for the way forward. And like in reverse to me, this is saying like by the end of the month, guys, what I was just saying about like the moon, it's going to be time to move, right? Like this isn't going to last long, right? So don't fret, right? But with the Two of Swords, it always is to me like, it always suggests like the Two of Wands is a very kind of stationary card, right? But to me, the Two of Swords, swords are action, swords are movement. And so the Two of Swords is always to me like the reflection right before it. Like it implies action. It implies imminent action, right? So reversed, we're kind of like coming out of this place of reflection and meditation. You know, you can't get stuck here, right? This is sort of like the tarot saying like, I said it's okay to party, but like get it together, right? Like Capricorn is gonna have to move because like you're making big things happen. You're getting in the place where like you're really gonna start manifesting. You're really gonna start creating. You know, especially with Saturn in your sign. Like this is a powerful 2 years for Capricorn. So that's why it's important to get right and to loosen up and talk to yourself and like get okay in your head. Sometimes the Eight of Wands is like, wow, craziness, like zigzagging energy all over the place, like chaotic, hectic thoughts. But like with these, right now it feels very smooth. It feels very like easy communication, like the road, the gateway to communication is like open. Like the gateway to communication is clear, right? And then you have party time, know your friends, no time for fake friends, Capricorn, no time for people who suck the life out of you, Capricorn, because you don't have time for that. I mean, ain't nobody got time for that, but especially ain't nobody got time for that when you got this on your horizon. Again, not just work, but like the kind of stuff that gives you pleasure, that makes you happy, that makes you feel fulfilled. Good time for Capricorn. Like, I want to emphasize that word fulfilled. And that's why we're talking about like the Joneses and this inner reflection and like figuring out what you want, because it's time that like Capricorn is going to be finding your happiness, finding your path in a way, right? And you know, finding your path can be a lifelong journey. But it feels like with this, like you have a way forward. I like really relate to the Eight of Pentacles because I know what I'm passionate about and I am like pursuing it. Not everybody has that. And I'm not saying every Capricorn watching this is going to know exactly the path that they should be on, but I feel like you guys kind of at least know where you're going next. You at least have a sense of where you want to go next. You at least have a good, strong, solid sense of like short-term vision. If you're struggling with the long term, right? Because Capricorn is traditionally a sign that like knows where they want to go in the long term. But if you're struggling with the long term, like don't fret. Like just it's a good time to just focus on the short term. Two pathways here, guys. You have the Five of Wands and then the Four of Cups. So one of the things I love about this deck of mine, the Light and Shadow Tarot, is I really like this card. I really, really enjoy the way the Four of Cups is depicted in the card. Because most decks, it's like, oh, you can't see what's right in front of your face, you're not enjoying it, you're not like getting pleasure out of life, blah, 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 blah. And this could be interpreted that way, right? This could be, someone who's like all into the moon. Like you could see the crab that way and like kind of not seeing these cards. But like look at what's around it. Like those cups are full. They're overflowing, right? The Cancer. It's the card of the moon in Cancer, which is like a power card. Moon is the ruling sign of planet of Cancer. And that crab is like embracing the moon, and look at all that energy coming off of it. To me, this is very much a card of like embracing emotional abundance. Like kind of really taking your happiness seriously. Of recognizing, the Rider-Waite Tarot kind of shows, implies like you might not be recognizing the gifts of the Four of Cups, but I think ultimately what the Four of Cups is saying, even if like you interpret it that way, is that there is emotional abundance, right? In that deck, it's like maybe you're not seeing it, but underneath that, it's there. Fours are about solid foundations, about plentifulness, abundance, right? And what was I talking about this whole time? About like finding your joy, finding your pleasure. It's very pleasurable, these cards together. But then what do you have on the other side, Capricorn? The Five of Wands. Conflict, turmoil. And again, I want to say like inner turmoil, right? Like the way that the Eight of Wands to me was like inner. Because like when we're talking about everything in your sign, we're talking about the first house. And the first house is all about yourself and your identity, right? Five of Wands is like a struggle. This is to me, in the context of this reading, the idea of like keeping up with the Joneses, where you're just like chasing things. And it's like, why am I not happy? But why am I not happy? But I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be. But why am I still like struggling? Why does it still feel like a battle? Because you're not following like the truth of your, that saying like follow your bliss? Joseph Campbell, I think, said that. Follow your bliss. Follow your bliss, Capricorn. There's a way to be practical and grounded and like still like pursue the things that are going to bring you like joy and happiness. This is the month to start yourself on that path. This is the year that's going to happen for you. Right? But again, like we talked about Venus in your sign, like you have to be careful about who you have around you. You have to be careful, specifically, I think, about like who you give your energy to and what you give your energy to. So when we're talking about this and like this battle and this conflict and like following your bliss, right? Like this could be you like stuck. The devil could be like, when we're talking about toxic relationships, just because this could be like an unsatisfying job that's just like sucking the fucking life out of you. and like you're putting your nose to the ground and like doing what you're supposed to be doing, but it's not paying off. This to me right now is like kind of about being stuck too. Right now when I'm talking, like, you know, don't like do these battles with yourself. Stop. I feel like I want to tell Capricorn, like, stop arguing with yourself. Is that happening? Are you like having this push pull of like, oh, I hate this, but I need a job, but I hate this, but I need a job? Like, yo, like, apply for something new. It's not that hard. Really. Like, I know it's not the easiest thing in the world to find a job. Let me soften that a little bit for like anyone out there who's maybe struggling to find work. You know, like, I don't want to be unsympathetic to your struggle, because I know from personal experience it can be hard to find jobs. But if you like have one, it's not that hard to like look for a new one and to figure out like what's going to make you happier. To stop doing this with yourself. Like, follow the fucking bliss, Capricorn. Stop talking. It's like you're talking yourself out of what you like know to be true. Like, this doesn't work anymore. This doesn't fit anymore. Maybe it is a relationship. This relationship doesn't fit me anymore. This friendship doesn't fit me anymore. This city doesn't fit me anymore. Whatever it is that you're like in conflict with, time to like move on. Time to let it go. You know, people think Capricorn is like a cold sign, but you guys are not cold. Like, you have a great sense of humor. You have a great love of like taking care of like the people you care about. Right? And it's time to like, it's important to like pay attention to your inner world. And it's not like inner world like fantasy land, I want to say. It's like what you know is right. Like, what are your instincts telling you about like what would lead to like real happiness and pleasure, to real joy, to real like emotional abundance, overflowing. Okay, outcome. Yes, yes, and yes. Ooh, and no. I don't know why I said yes. We got the High Priestess. I like it. We got the Eight of Cups. Beautiful. We have the Nine of Swords. Okay. Bottom of the deck. Hey, I love this for you right now. We have the Emperor. Right? What do we say about like being in your power? Like killing the game, Capricorn. Like, this is you, like, strong as fuck. I was just thinking the other day, if, like, I ran an institution and I had to choose somebody to, like, be the leader, I would absolutely fucking choose a Capricorn. Or an Aries, right? This is the Aries card. Like, those are signs that are good at being bossy. Well, Aries is kind of bossy. Capricorn just, like, knows how to take it by the horns. Pun intended, I guess, because you're a goat. But you know how to take charge of things, right? And like, to me, the Emperor is like you taking charge of like yourself, of your identity, of like what you want out of life. Outcome. What did I say, guys, in the beginning about this reflection, about this going within? The two of the High Priestess is all about the subconscious, the inner world, like manifesting. I was going to say manifesting. Manifesting from the inside out. You know, like, really doing that deep dive. And as your outcome card, like, this shows me that you guys are going to be game for that. You're going to be game for going within. Right? You're going to be able to really do the meditation and reflection that's necessary. And hey, like, this is something I was really excited to see, the Eight of Cups. Like, we're talking about leaving, like, things that are not making you happy behind, right? Like, moving towards this. Eight of Cups is, like, moving towards this. It's cool. It's excellent. And then we have the Nine of Swords. So, you know, on this journey, like expect a little worry, right? Like you guys are gonna worry, you're gonna be anxious, you're gonna be concerned. But that's okay, right? You know, I was just having a lot of conversations with people recently about um, like negative emotions and motivation and kind of like using whatever you can to motivate you, even if it's like something that's on the surface negative, like bitterness or spite or anger or whatever, or fear, right? Like sometimes fear can destroy you, but sometimes fear can make you hustle. You know, like the horror, the terror, the anxiety of failing can make you work so hard. And that's what I want to say to you, Capricorn. Like, I think this is going to come into your life. I think you're going to feel this. But I also think, to be honest, I think that this has to do with like this. This is someone I see like who feels stuck in their job or in this miserable situation and doesn't know how to get out of it or is afraid to move or is like just stuck. You know? Where you're like feeling you're almost like it's almost like you're feeling the absence of this, of the Eight of Pentacles. Right? And that's kind of causing this. And why you feel so strongly like you have to push forward so hard. Right? Um, so, let's go ahead and take a look at what we got here so far, right? I'm just gonna like flip the card this time so you guys can see. Yeah, we have like there's a lot of energy, but like building up of energy, right? And I love this card came out, and I love that this is basically like reiterating everything I've just said to you guys about, you know, about going within, about getting like real with like what it is you want. Let's see one card underneath that. Hey, Seven of Pentacles. I like it. Patience. It's like Capricorn. Capricorn is so good at like holding out, like sacrificing short term for like long term goals. Perfect. Like be patient with yourself. Take your time. Like what this reading is saying is like chill out, Capricorn. Chill out. Go within. Like get deep. And kind of figure out what you want. Right? Like it'll come. It's going to come. Saturn in Capricorn is saying what you work for is going to pay off. But like work for it. And don't just do like the, you know. Oh, we also have 3 eights, I just realized. 8 of Wands, 8 of Cups, and 8 of Pentacles. So really like getting an understanding of what this is in your life. What's going to bring this to your life. And like walking away from whatever it is towards this. Home, once again, like time you can withdraw a little bit, get close with your family, spend time with your friends and loved ones. Yeah? Build yourself up. Get comfortable. Like I just feel like we're saying the same things over and over again at this point. Right? Pulling back. Pulling back. Going within. right? Like these two cards are like almost the same thing. Getting in touch with your inner knowledge, your like intuition, your wisdom, your experience, like what you know is right. And then last but not least, what a beautiful way to end this reading. Transformation. That's what's happening with all these planets in your sign, guys. Big, like one, like two planets in a sign is like a big deal. Having like five, big things popping. I feel like I've said that before to you guys, but especially for January. Like by the end of this month, guys, I feel like there's gonna be, if not, I was gonna say like a real material change in your, a real change in your material world. Like you're gonna see some kind of change, but even if it's not, I really feel what this might be more so is an attitude shift. I was gonna say attitude adjustment. Like adjust your attitude, Capricorn. Stop popping your neck. Capricorn can have an attitude, right? Grumpy old goats. But seriously, I really feel like this is like a shift in attitude, a shift in perspective. Whether it's like coming to the conclusion of like doing this work and like figuring out what it is that you want, right? Or moving away from the toxic shit, right? Like what I said about this one, like the implication of moving forward, like breaking the fuck out of that chrysalis. Sorry, I know some people don't like that. I swear, I got scolded by one person, but I don't care. I use it sparingly. It's just the way I talk. I'm from Queens. I'm a little vulgar. Deal with it. Yeah, there's this one reader, she cracks me up on YouTube. Every single video she starts off with like, just so you know, I swear in my video, and if you don't like it, click the fuck off my channel. And you know, it's so fucking ghetto, but it's also like hilarious. I'm just like, sometimes I'm like, girl, can you stop like being so like ratchet for a second? But then I'm laughing about it. She makes me laugh. It's funny. Anyway, Capricorn. I'm gonna put one more on the bottom of the deck. I don't know. I'm just feeling you guys this month. Perfect. Endless dance of death. Or just death. Evolution. Change. A new... It's not always just like a new beginning. It's just like a new cycle. A new empowered cycle is what I want to say. That's what I'm feeling for you guys. Like a new empowered cycle. Where you're just like killing the game. Owning it. Like sometimes I hate the Emperor. Sometimes I love it. Right now I love the Emperor. He just feels powerful and like in his own and like what everyone should aspire to be. Just like that confident and assured of yourself. Right? So big month, Capricorn. Big month. Alright, so description. You're going to have links to personal readings. I'm sorry, this is also... I just want to say I was a little late with this. There was the holidays, and then I was also like really trying to scramble to keep up with the personal readings. So if you do get one, I promise I'm going to make my best effort to get them out faster. But do keep in mind I have a day job and a social life and dating and I appreciate your patience is what I want to say. So those links are below. Check out my Instagram. I'm trying to get a Facebook page up and running for the house. That should be up soon. And guys, like Capricorn. I wanted to do you guys first, not just because it's your birthday month, but because I'm feeling that Capricorn energy, and I like it. I gotta tell you, leading up to Saturn and Capricorn, I was nervous. Like me, my scattered ass Gemini self was like, I don't have my shit together. I gotta get my house in order, my finances, like everything. But like now that it's here, I'm loving this like oomph of like, just like it feels like a big like, I was gonna say tightening, like the Saturn restriction, like everything is just like coming together, and it's all because of you. Yeah, you. All right, Capricorn, I'm out. Have a lovely birthday month. Have a great January, and I will be speaking to you guys soon. And next time I talk, you better be telling me about like how much your life is winning, because if not, you're kind of like, to be honest, to be like, I'm joking, but really, there's an abundance of energy here for you guys to take advantage of. Abundance. Like, so take advantage of it. Like, use it. And, like, kill it. Alright, guys? I love you. I'll see you next month. Take care.